Hello everybody, if we could all gather around the stage here, we're going to get started in a few seconds.
I think it'll be alright. I won't lag.
Awesome. So hello, welcome to the community meetup. This is an event we do every week, every Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern. So what this is an event for you guys to show off the worlds you're making for VRChat. So what's going to happen is I'm going to go over the rules, and then once I'm done going over the rules, I'm going to ask those of you that want to show something today, step into the rectangle here where your name will then appear up on the list here. And then we will sort of go through that list sequentially until we run out of things, or we kind of hit our hard cutoff time, which is 7 p.m. Eastern. That's about 3 hours from now. So with that said, please make sure that all the worlds shown today follow VRChat community guidelines and TOS. Please make sure that your world cap is set to 40 users. That's just the max you can set. Please make sure the instance type you drop for your world is friends plus or invite plus, just one of the two pluses. Please make sure if your worlds deal with any if your worlds deal with any sensitive or offensive, no, you're good. If your worlds deal with any sensitive or offensive subject matter, please just ask us if they're okay to be shown. If your world is over 250 megabytes, we ask that those worlds go towards the end. So if you're over 250 megabytes, please just let us know. If you have a time constraint, feel free to let us know. We're willing to bump people to the beginning, middle, end, wherever they need to go, unless you are over that 250 megabyte limit. Please make sure that throughout the event today you use an avatar that is medium or better in the performance ranking. If it's not, we will ask you to change your avatar or leave the event. If you do not see a little notification at the bottom of your screen right now, please select my avatar, CyanLaser's avatar, and Faxner's avatar, and select show avatar, just so that we can bypass your safety settings so that we can put up these nice little notifications that give context to what we need you guys to do to keep the event running smoothly. So if you see respawn, that means respawn. If you see that one, that means I really need you to respawn. And if you see that one, it's probably a portal. No. The last thing, please make sure if your world has copyrighted music in it, you're allowed to show it. Just please specify that it has copyrighted music, because people do stream this event, and the copyrighted music in your world could affect somebody else's copyright standing on their streaming platform. And then last thing, if you showed a world last week, we ask that unless we don't have enough to do a full meetup this week, that you not show anything this week. So with that said, if you would like to show something, please step into the magic rectangle.
It's not magic, it's scripted.
Shh.
What do you know? Why?
That's it. Could you? Yeah, I think that's it. Could you read off the order real quick?
Everett, Juror, Xav, Astro Rabbit, Toy Kitty, and Ribbon.
Very cool. Is that order okay with everybody?
Is it okay if I go second? I'm nervous.
Yeah. All right. So same thing except Jor and Ava flipped. Okay. So Jor, is there anything you want to come up and explain, or?
Yeah, I'll come up and explain. So I'm gonna show off my.
Oh, hold on. You don't have audio for me.
Actually, show this.
Can you...
Okay, so I'm gonna show off my radio world. I actually showed this off a few months ago, but because of stuff completely out of everyone's control, not a lot of people got to see it. So I'm hoping that a lot of new people come here. This is in addition to the small room that was originally there. It has some stuff, games. I made most of the meshes. I didn't make some of the meshes, like I didn't make the pool table. I did try to adjust the texture to make it more themed, but yeah. So let me drop it.
You forgot to do the poses while doing it.
Let's go. Everybody.
Good morning, Cyan. I need to turn my social to blue.
Yes, blue.
The number one
Here we
portal.
go. Let's go.
The first ones.
Okay, table, usually I tell you off when I'm way too small.
Small call it today? Not as many worlds this this week compared to last week. Pretty sure it's like half of them. Might even finish early. Who knows?
Yeah, so please lower your world volume if you're recording.
Oh, that's some steep stairs. Wow. I.
Not to mention it's live radio.
So wait, is this considered copyright? I don't.
Yes.
Yes,
Turn down your world
forgot
volume,
it.
please. Turn down your world volume.
Turn down
Depression,
the volume
that's-
of your
Yep, that was
streaming.
my fault. Right, turn down your world volume,
Oh.
please. Turn down your world volume.
That was a lag spike. There we go.
Obviously, the main cell of this world is the radio stations. So I don't know how it's going to react with all these people. I guess we'll find out. They have stations from all over the world. There's about 50 stations or so. Not all of them are working. I haven't updated it a bit. But let's. Yeah, so you can already hear it.
So, wait, is this local or is it like synced which station?
It is synced.
It should be synced.
synced.
I'm not
Okay.
the best with this sort of stuff. It should
Okay.
be synced.
Hmm.
You know. Anyways, the cell is the new room, which is what I put in to try to increase people to stay on the map, because I mean radio's cool, you can listen to it hours, but there wasn't much to do in the room other than just vibe out in front of the mirror. So I added some stuff like monitors.
How's my cursed mute doing?
There's a television over there. I don't even know if it's working. Sky, have I shown you this?
Oh wow.
Yeah, this is the world. Oh shit! I made most of the meshes in the world. I didn't make some of the meshes. The pool table, I didn't make that.
Oh.
I didn't make that. I apologize if you didn't make the pool table. I'm still updating the credits board. I will get it soon. Feel free to message me if you and I want to be sure that I include it. I plan on including everything.
I don't see it. Oh my god. Hyman is really jacked, so that makes sense.
What is happening?
I like the fire hazard.
Yeah, it's on wood too, so it's like even better.
Like how to have a fire hazard.
Yeah.
Actual
Some sort of nightmare, some sort of induced psychosis.
It's very nice that your assets still hold up when they're scaled down 1,000 times. That's nice.
Yeah,
That's
the
scaled
quality
down.
I expect.
What is
Do you like the graffiti, by the way? I found a really clever way to get this graffiti.
What do you mean?
You don't know. This is not entirely obvious, but all this graffiti is actually real graffiti in New York that that's where I, got it from.
Oh, that's
I'm sorry if you see a gang sign up there. I mean, that's just gonna happen. It's graffiti, but for the most part, this is graffiti that's around New York.
Gang. I can actually touch this. This is like a 4-dimensional portal straight to New York.
Yeah.
Smell it.
I'm in New York.
It smells like a subway in here.
It actually smells like rats and pizza. Oh my god, incredible.
Wow. What great graffiti from New York.
Very good.
I've seen this in New York
Before the end of the
Yeah, New Yorkers.
I went to some of the really good spots for graffiti because I'm from New York, so I know where to look for this sort of stuff. And most of these are from the Gowanus. If anyone's from New York, they might know where that is.
I'm completely missing the irony in your voice.
The what?
This is great though. The irony in your voice. I can't quite say no what. I don't get it, but it's good. I don't get it though.
Thank you.
Yours are really fun.
So yeah.
You're welcome. Like I'm a bit too big in here.
G1 didn't make that.
Spin the bottle pizza? I don't think I noticed that before.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's spin the bottle.
Anyone.
Wait, it's the pizza. Spin the bottle.
I am lagging when I look at these people. Oh boy.
Oh my god. Jaro.
Is your actual base station placement?
Yeah, I modeled that base station. That's what mine looks like.
There. I can turn you back on.
Outlet right here, but you have the cable run over there.
Oh shit, we
Can't use that outlet anymore.
And then it's broken. The circuit's already.
I actually got that from high school. We used to have an outlet in the music room that had key cleaner that someone blew out for.
Okay.
Oh my god, your face. Crouch down again, crouch down.
Okay.
Face goes really dark, but your hair stays the same color.
Oh my god, that's so good.
For me, it doesn't look like that.
Oh, we have a blanket for it.
Vian, were you there for the what was it? The scale jam? This is the basement, but like normal.
Oh, that's right. That's why it looks familiar.
The only thing I can't find is that well we fell down. Like it was roughly around here.
Yeah, the little table is
People
missing.
started
Here.
dropping the hammer down. Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
I remember. Well, the thing is, like, I was so half asleep during that whole thing that I was standing on top of the sofa there, just asleep in my headset.
Yeah, I can't blame you there after
I
that.
can't look at people.
With my fingers.
I look this way.
What is 9 plus 10?
Is that Carl?
This singular piece of pizza is so centered in this box.
And I'm eating the wire.
I'm just gonna sit down on this couch. I don't know if I trust this couch.
Oh.
I'm really glad people like it. Do they put a lot of detail on like little details? Like is this in Discord server format and stuff? Put them up? Yeah, that's the Discord server I opened up.
Specifically while it's doing the transformation. Oh my god. Yeah. You're waking up. I was sleeping at 10 p.m. You're waking up. I have an idea how big this is.
Hey, mediocre drummer.
Yeah, what's up?
Were you here at the beginning of the somehow?
I'll look into it.
But is it just in this room or?
I mean, I haven't. If it's here, I'm sure it's in other rooms too. You might want to turn up the ambient lighting. It shouldn't be pitch black.
Maybe.
Right?
Yeah. I adjusted the lighting because I messed with it last second to include a shader. It's kind of new. So I might have just done that, or I might have just clicked something. You know, that shit kind of happens. But I'll fix it. Thank you for letting me know.
Cool. Yes. Cyan, we have about 5 or 6 poor avatars or callbacks.
Oh, hold on.
I think.
Wait, Squid, are you doing the messages? Because I'm not seeing them.
Sorry?
Have you been putting the messages on? Because I'm not seeing them.
I haven't put any message up yet.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Go ahead then.
Why are you on safety settings? It's not a show. How about you? Are you on safety settings or are you on show? I like how they reset that just randomly every so often. Okay.
No, I can explain why that happened later.
Oh, I know why. It's that website thing.
No.
No? Okay.
We're already at the spawn point.
Around.
These pens all use the same materials in the clothing.
Quiet, please.
We're good?
Yeah.
Okay, so when I was a kid, I had this like game I barely remember the name of. It was called like Deep Underwater City or something, and I played the crap out of it when I was a kid. And I used to love to build like underwater cities and stuff, and that was like my absolute childhood. And I've been wanting to build a map like this since like I started playing this game. So this map is sort of like a testament to like my favorite childhood game. I'm sure a lot of people here have like their favorite like childhood game or something. So this one's mine. So this map is like kind of important to me. It's using a lot of the assets from the old game, but I also remade a lot from scratch because I couldn't like take it all. This map is really big. By the end of this, I do want to make this like a giant, massive like underwater city with like a bunch of explorable buildings. It's going to be really cool. I'm hoping to show it off at the meetup like very often. The music, I'm not sure if it's copyrighted claimed. I'm like 90% sure it's not. But if you're super unsure, you might want to turn your world sound down. But I'm pretty sure you're safe. And I need to put a portal somewhere.
Not here.
Everybody respawn.
Try the other room. It's really cramped in here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody stay in this room, please.
Yeah, you could do it on the stage or something. That should
Yeah,
work
we
fine.
segregated
It's all good.
Terrible bouncer.
That's the do not exit.
No, I remember seeing this meetup once before. I think I joined some. I'm glad to hear that. I was thinking of you.
It's working with Darren.
Very guilt-free. I'm thinking bold about it. It's just fine.
God, I'm cupping through so many different people. Scott, you're being bonked.
Oh.
That hammer will not stop me.
Cyan, as soon as you go through, could you put the weight up?
Okay. Do you want me to go in first then?
Yeah.
Well, can I have somebody else in there too before I put it in? Because I can't be master.
You want me to be instance master?
Go through.
No. Damn it.
The reason I decided to try and volunteer for instance master.
Yep. I have no frames though. They need to like start blocking avatars. This is kind of sad. What is my computer doing with RAM?
UVs and stuff. I didn't make all of the textures. I made the graffiti and stuff like you heard before, but I got texture, from sources. How many
I like your
Oh, thank you. Also works for controllers and charger port cables.
Yeah. Hey, Cyan, have you remembered to clean your keys?
Yeah, I saw that earlier and I made sure to clean one. All good.
Okay.
What is this?
Oh, that's from the dartboard. So you.
Okay,
when you click
yeah.
it, all the darts respawn on the ball. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I saw somebody holding
Someone
it
just
earlier.
moved it here for whatever reason.
So yeah, Cyan, do you want me to go first and then you right after?
Wait till squids call, but yes. Oh. Hello, Carla?
Yeah.
Okay, they went.
Wait a minute.
Cyan.
Oh, I'm supposed to go in. Hopefully I don't see a ping on Discord here in a moment. And I was told, where is it at? To put the weight up first.
Yeah, wait.
Could have just told us it was a hamster, will it?
Holy
For rodents to live in.
Oh wow, lots of T-posing.
Oh, I mean, people are kind of like rodents, aren't they?
That's avatar loading for you, right?
Yep. I thought the Unity fix was supposed to fix, you know, the Unity update was supposed to fix that.
Sort of refraction on the water through the
That's just a panel, like normal map. It's very
Oh.
This is a work in progress. I want this whole place to be a city. This is gonna take like a long ass time.
Wait, why are you guys jumping down? Do people not see the weight shader?
Screw the weight symbol. Just let people go.
No,
I don't
we
think
didn't.
you see it because your
You
avatar is
just
not loaded.
loaded for me, so yeah.
Wow.
Alright, you're free to go and explore the main building, the big tower. You can explore every single room in there. If you go through the little bubble tube, there's a bunch of buttons. You can go in every single building in this place.
Can we go now?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, go. Everyone can go now. Also, wait, I want to say, if you're a map creator, if you're really gonna make maps, please come talk to me. This is my passion project. I want to make this the best map possible. I need a lot of advice. I need a lot of tips. I need a lot of optimization help, shader help. So if you see anything, any tips, please come talk to me. I need as much advice as possible because I want to make this entire place a huge city, and I'm gonna need a lot of work.
Here's an idea. Instead of having a really giant
game was this again?
Can we get
the whole map, have a small
Deep
one
Sea
that
Tycoon.
follows
Can we
the
get
player.
scuba gear, please? We can't breathe underwater.
Let's go.
How long
Wanna check this
can
out?
a world tour be?
because the world I want to show kind of has, it's more of like a guided thing. People can run around, but there's not much to see without me being there to describe things.
So why did we have to wait when we came in?
That I don't know. I'm assuming because they wanted to just say that part.
He was explaining about what he wants to do with the world, what's the future for it, and what ideas and feedback he'd like to hear.
I was thinking of showing more.
Okay. I mean, like the first 2 minutes or so was just me sitting there going, hello to everybody. Okay.
Well, time to jump in.
Well, I guess we should go to the red slope.
Now it feels super slow to walk in this.
Does it matter which one we enter? Oh.
I don't think we can enter that one.
Because I saw a red slope, I thought you could, but this one's the one with the opening, I guess.
Well, I think most people went this way.
Oh, hang on a second.
No, either. Why would I? It's not even a reference to me, it's a reference to someone else.
I know, but it had your name on it, and I thought it was funny.
How many people in this game have this name?
Yeah, but it was red.
Oh wait, the doors are not the same?
Out of here. I was gonna say, how do we get out?
Oh, that's how.
That's what I get for following you.
Just walking through a wall?
Wait, okay, the door we clicked on to get into the kitchen, was that not how we got in there?
No, that was a teleport. I have no idea, like... I don't know the, directionality there.
I guess that's not happening.
I see here you're one of the lost souls.
We're probably supposed to
You click a teleport to the back, go to another room, there's no teleport back.
Yep.
Jump through the glass window.
What?
That's what we did. I like how the chair's legs were cubes with just random textures on it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's from the game at all. Like, I don't know what is from the game and what they made themselves, because it's very...
Alright, well, I want to go over there. It's that big tower.
Oh, also dead end, by the way.
Dead end.
Sorry.
Yeah, there's no teleporter back. Yeah, a way to teleport back is good.
Is this the texture atlas? Oh, these are the teleports.
It's a work in progress. Don't look at these parts.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what the buttons do? What the button? What the
These
button
take
do?
so this is like the living complex of all the people, because I want this city to have like all of the actual places of a real city. So this is like the living district. So each one of these is like a room of like a big apartment complex, basically. So you can click one, you'll go see the room up there. There's a view. Click them. Go explore. You can click on all of them. Each room's different.
The responsiveness of this menu. Don't even know if it clicked. At this point, do I assume it didn't?
Are these the textures of the game? They just haven't.
This was an accident.
Dope. And push me off. What? Max particle size.
Oh yeah, no, I'm still in.
We can't even see outside from this?
Floppy disk and you get the code and you start hacking away at it. You know?
VRChat on the floppy disk.
You're trapped in the tower.
Delayed. Yeah, like just straight up turns off. No audio, nothing. Like it just completely dies, and then you have to like restart Steam VR, and it turns out it says Steam VR error.
Alright, so I think there's like a video studio installer.
Don't look. Look away, Cyan. You're not supposed to see this. This is inappropriate for children.
I don't know how you get that though.
Okay.
I have it, but I don't know where it came from,
What are we doing? Oh yeah, the world meetup.
Yeah, welcome to the meetup, and 80 people here.
Corny, you're gonna have to change your avatar.
And Corny and a poor avatar.
Oh, Corny's fallback is Corny's avatar for me, so.
I'm hiding.
Okay. I hear you got good and bullied by Gearball yesterday. I hope you had fun.
Shut up. Shut up. Don't talk about that.
I want to talk about that.
No, shut up. You're dumb. It's stupid. Is this better? Is this a good avatar? I don't know.
It appears to be, yeah.
I can't. How? Wait.
I can't see anything. Too many people are coming back to spawn. I'm gonna face this way.
You can't even tell your own performance rank? Yeah. Is that a question of, not enough tutorials on how to learn it? Performance rankings?
I love C-Lab 2021. This was a really good show. I loved it. I just wish it gotten more hype. Respawn time.
I'm actually you get so many people trying to talk to me and that's sort of okay.
Howdy. Hello there. You appear to not be very shiny. Is there a reflection probe in this world?
Where are they? Hold on. If there wasn't a reflection probe, there would still be the skybox reflection probe.
Did you do that on purpose now?
No, I didn't. I corrected myself. You heard it.
I did.
Oh.
Quiet, please.
Alright, so my map is it's Dracula's Castle from the Netflix Castlevania series. I had started modeling and doing all this kind of stuff and interacting with the VRChat community about a year ago, and so I'm all kind of new to this. I'm new to like kind of 3D modeling, and this is kind of my first big project. I'd worked with like Hammer Editor before, so I've been kind of familiar with map making and map design. But this one, I'll show you guys. It's my first map that's pretty much 95% from scratch, if not like 98. I mean, aside from I'm using silent shaders and various things that make it look good that I can't do myself. But here, I'll let it speak for itself. There's not too much in terms of things to do in this map compared to this one and the one you saw before. It's definitely not as like wide and interactable, but it's mainly kind of a visual thing, more like a vibe. So here we go. I'll put a portal down somewhere for you.
We too close to spawn here?
Everybody go to the other corner.
No, everybody just move away.
Which other corner?
No, I was trying to say that everybody else, not you.
They were going
So this is spawn right here. No, that's still fine.
It should be fine.
Does that say 40 for you guys?
Yes, that says 40 for me.
Yes. Okay. All right.
Wow, facts. Oh.
How many people got in? I wasn't looking.
I'm gonna say that this instance is still over 40.
Okay.
You should add.
You should add like little bubble particles coming out of the tube or something.
There is no such
Like,
thing as
yeah, there's players are still here. Let's see here.
Are you checking with VRCX?
We're still 58 players here.
Yep.
I want something fun to do for a few hours, by the way. There's like a 3-hour video called this, like, which has been split into 3 parts. It's called something like The Smash.
Like, how many like who got it? Just so I can gauge like whether or not we can just join on people.
We are 58 players still here.
Narrated by Angry Box. It's great.
Well, wait, no factions over there.
Guys, the fun. He's got a personality and a beard.
You know what?
So, he is a beard man.
What if you could place multiple portals?
Wouldn't it be nice if the instances you created stayed in your menu?
Yeah.
Everyone hated playing that game.
But no, more like just redundancy thing. You don't place one portal, you place a bunch of portals, and even if one dies, there's more.
Quiet, please. Guys, is Astro Rabbit here?
Yeah.
Okay, so would you be okay if you went next, and then we came back to Zap once they're back in here?
Sure.
Sounds good.
Okay. So, in that case, quick description of what it is. So, it's a work in progress world. It's a recreation of a real location. Background, I'm an astronomer, so this location is a recreation of a real observatory. It's the work in progress part is there's not much there for self-guiding a tour, but there is enough stuff there that I usually take people there on tours and point things out and talk about how astronomy is done. So, and when you get there, feel free to run around, but if you want, I'll walk around and try and do a quick tour because I know there's a time limit and point out what everything is and so on. So, portal.
You little shaded boy.
Alright, there we go. Okay.
Show off the map. Hey Zeph, just so you know, we're moving on to. Oh, we're moving. Oh, do
I can apparently see them.
If you still want to go next, go ahead. But
okay.
Yeah, I put it down at like a half the people got in, but then half didn't apparently. So.
Okay, never mind. We're going there next.
Someday this will be fixed.
Guys, give him space.
One day.
Yeah.
Alright, here's my.
Okay, let's just wait for a second. Make sure that the portal actually fades.
Wait, guys, that's why we wait. Okay.
Why is it doing that?
This is VRChat.
It's a physical location. Yes.
You should probably put it.
There's a big telescope.
Wait, guys.
Oh yeah, maybe that's the.
We can use those to look into space.
Yep, unfortunately, my world doesn't have it animated right now.
Okay, portal.
Okay, we can try now.
Okay, looks like hardware there, because it's a it's basically it's a real one. This isn't a dope. This isn't a dope.
Alright, maybe they'll work now.
Oh, nice.
But there's another instance that that got left behind in this world.
Jeez. Okay.
They're going to
Let's see what we got.
Community stays strong by weeding out the wheat.
This is a spoiler of the series. I don't say it.
The most fleshed out prototype, so that's
No.
Oh my god. I'm lagging. I love Castle World.
It's like actually modeled, or is that a?
I gotta change the rug at some point. I
Wow.
think the idea didn't pan out too well.
I'm assuming it's also that people don't like messed up rugs.
The official VRChat Discord.
I love the lighting.
Oh yeah, I think I did put him there.
Because I recognize some of this from that, probably. Because I didn't recognize username from that.
There's a little mirror at the top. I just had to.
Mm. VRChat worlds.
There's the mirror.
Yeah, I'm not clicking that with this performance of the meetup.
I'm not looking that way with all those, with 80 people.
Are these real time ones?
That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I get like 11 FPS.
Oh.
I fucking love this hallway, how it looks.
Heavy and cumbersome.
I'm gonna remake a lot of stuff about it. I already have some new updates to it, but this is probably as far in as this is actually gonna go. I think.
Why are you going to like changing here?
Are there gonna be any wall chickens?
Wall
chickens?
So far.
Yes.
Castlevania.
Wall chicken.
Like ever.
Oh yeah. I get what you mean now.
You get a whip out and whip that column or something, and there's just a chicken in there.
Well, let's go. Why not? I'll ask Lucifer for that chicken
Do you see this one golden blue in the sky that is just totally blinding?
Where?
Can you change avatar?
Like if you're if you see outside, it's just you can't see anything because it's blinding.
Wait, I don't.
I don't know if it's not blinding to me, but
what's
like,
my performance?
maybe it's bugging out for you.
Yeah, it's like
If you don't,
the ceiling a little bit.
could be a shader keyword thing.
Watch some Futurama.
I don't see anything
Run out
myself.
keywords in 2019.
Oh wait, never mind. That's not a thing anymore.
Do you have anything in this world that needs your run speed apart from the usual?
No, I don't think it's all standard. I don't have anything else.
Yeah, just to jump that.
This map is made by.
You're slow. It's
I'm not sure
slow.
what would be like the best steps to go with optimization, because sure I could like reduce the poly count, but if there's like anything else.
Who else is? I see another friend out there.
Are these real time ones or victims?
I got this one.
Everything in here is.
Oh yeah, I see another friend too.
I was gonna say the performance is pretty good if it was real time.
I think the only the directional I have, I set it to a specific layer. Okay.
This is pretty good. This is less lucky than the other map.
Okay.
I'm surprised I'm not lagging to death with all these people in here.
Material slots.
Zaf, how did you go about doing all the pillars and
God,
the
we are
repeating patterns?
74.
Because I assume you wouldn't have that texel density if it was like all actually unwrapped the same way, or was it actual like materials for every single piece?
So what I did was, like, let's say all these pillars down this hallway are all one object, and they have one single UV that's for the textures, and they have a light map UV right unwrapped all of them on one thing. So each single piece has that. So I bake it into that, and then it gives that. The text density isn't great, but it's like I've been kind of doing that, like with those ones in the main hall there, all those crazy ones. Like I had to make more chunks that way, so I had to like, because textile density got worse and worse and worse. Like if I made them all into one, so it's like it's been kind of a difficult thing
If
figuring
you
it
light
out.
map
but-
bake, if you make light maps for like in Blender, do you ever find that they don't quite end up right when you bring them into Unity? Like sometimes I find I have to do like check off the bake light map in Unity anyway, because the ones I bake in Blender don't work.
Oh,
And,
that's
you know,
that's
I'll
strange.
I'll
What
look
do
at
you
them.
use though in Blender to
I bake
generate
in-
them? Smart UV Unwrap or Light Map Pack?
Light map pack, basically.
Yeah, you should not use that map pack. You should use Smart UV Unwrap in more cases.
Oh, why? Huh. Yeah, I guess that would work. Because it would still separate everything out. As long as nothing is overlapping, it'll be happy.
Like Light Map Pack is so extreme because it needs margin in between every single, quad you generate, and so it needs to be zero pixel.
I paid really good money. How do we get to the top of the castle?
That's yeah, I'm gonna be showing it
Oh,
next.
so there's a button right at the front at the little thing, and there's like it says I think for you'd have to click the small avatar button. It's the bottommost button to the right.
I have
on the
Oh, there's buttons?
spawn.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to see it? If we respawn, I could show you.
But guys, let's go. Guys,
I mean, I can invite you in here now.
Let's go. We're going.
how do I?
Anything.
How do I?
I'm just gonna.
We go all the way to the top.
He left me.
Who left?
If I had a fear of heights, this would be really. This would be
Oh, wow,
horrible
yeah,
for someone
that
with
high.
heights.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh, this is that's terrifying.
It's taller than
I
the
assume it's
Empire
going
State
much
Building
faster.
by 50 meters.
Oh, hello.
Only?
Pilots has
Yeah.
significant, way high towers.
I have another
Oh no, Andre! Oh shit!
I guess that's the question of how long does it take to fall through all this?
Identity thief. I'm gonna
Oh, forever, man. Oh my god.
15 seconds.
I assume you'll be able to reuse a lot of
Doing your
stuff that you
public
already done
image.
to
What
respawn as well,
was
but it's
left
still
of
gonna
it?
This is far from it.
Yeah, I think this. I mean, a lot of this upper part and will be a little bit like, you know. I think it'll be easier because I'm not gonna actually model it to like every nth detail, and I'm just gonna like, yeah, use some of the same methods as the front, and because it's mostly all gonna be from the sky. No one's. There's gonna be very few people who actually run around on top.
Hello?
of these
Yes?
things. I'm gonna make it possible though. Like you can definitely like jump down and parkour everywhere, but mostly it'll just look like a Valve skybox. You know, like when you get too close, it's like.
Oh, no.
It's like that for a reason, right? I mean, a VRChat is kind of.
No.
Wouldn't support the whole thing probably being.
Blown up yet?
Nope.
Are you
Rubik,
gonna
yeah.
It's kind of a bit
I might
much.
make one more. I'm thinking of making one that's like more like a room. Like there's a certain shot from season 2. I guess I'm not gonna spoil anything, but it's just a room inside the castle with nice lighting, and it kind of looks like most worlds actually in VRChat. So I'm gonna make probably that, and then just a more fancy top that everyone can hang out on, and that's pretty much it, I think.
I literally made this. If I can make this full body compatible, you can make this full.
Yeah, it's like oh no.
Yeah, but you didn't make this. Evan made
There
this.
she goes.
Oh yeah, that's Snip made that.
I made this.
Yeah, and I'm trying to find out like terrain solutions and stuff because I had a huge 6,000 by 6,000 with 4,096 resolution height map. It looked nice, but 64 megabytes I don't think is worth that right now.
Just for the
You
terrain.
might want to actually generate the terrain and
This is not
Blender
okay.
itself using very purely a height map. There's a tool to do that, and then you can like simply go in Unity to reduce the size of it by a ton and keep the actual mesh
You didn't make this.
like the geometry for everything. So you still get a giant terrain, but you get super low bullet count, so it actually weighs a lot less than if it was.
Someone's going out.
I finished my 50 different things that I have to.
Hey, are we allowed to leap off from up here?
Do you want to?
I don't know. You.
Oh, there goes Rubik.
By the way, Corny, your shader is like.
This is a massive castle. Can't even be able to see it like all from one perspective here.
Me smart, me got third word. It's loud.
Stop making me laugh. Well, why don't you make a jet turbine?
Quest 2. I don't know if that's much. It has so many. It has 40mm pans. I forgot my like the same the system is like it sounds like a jet spinning up.
Why are you talking about
VRChat? The actual server.
Where is it? Like right there next to you.
It's in the basement, but it's not really there.
No, I saw everyone
Change my
I just
my server doesn't fit in, so
that room is because there's only one point light,
So I haven't actually seen the show, but it's just like, yeah, this looks massive. You can't even tell from the perspective here. Wait, I should go to the other side. Start climbing the mountains here. But when you're on the very top, you don't even realize like how much is still going on. And I'm being respawned. Are people shooting? What? It'd be really cool to see like how much this it ends up at the end.
It's like some of these names are familiar for whatever reason.
VRChat comp?
Hey, it means a brand new audience to my combat.
So basically, you know everybody. Everybody knows you. Why you think you did insult people?
Dominic.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and re-explain. We're going to my world, which is an observatory. It's based off of a real-life location. If you are curious, you can Google Apache Point Observatory if you want to see what the place is actually based off of. It's a work in progress, so it's not really well suited for self-guided tours. But there is enough stuff there that I will take people on a quick tour. So once you load in, wait a few moments if you want to have me explain what everything is, and then I'll walk everyone through it. And then other than that, I'll talk more once we're there. Here, I guess I'll put a portal over here.
Okay, if it is actually that big and it's missing the far clipping plane, I think that's an issue on Oh, you can't even see it. Wow. Okay. Did that fix it? Can you see some things now? Oh, it's disappointing if it didn't get on stream. Sorry. I don't remember when I added the or turned on the Steadicam, but that's definitely an annoying bug that it doesn't copy the world settings.
I made it a while ago, but I don't see it. I mean,
Is the world 200 megabytes or 250 megabytes? Because this is a big world. Some people might be stuck in loading. Good thing I'm not.
Ooh.
You don't have what?
Oh,
I
this
don't have
one.
spark. Wait, don't? No.
Oh, I know this place.
I've only seen videos of this.
Let's go into the house.
So if you want me to go through the guided tour, wait a few moments, and I'll try not to spend too much time because I know that there's a time limit and we're going to be going to other worlds. Sometimes I've given tours that last an hour in here. I will make sure I do not do that. I will try and go quickly.
Oh, we're gonna stop you after 15 minutes anyway.
There's a lot of good stuff in here, so yes.
Well, how many more maps do we have short today?
I feel like this is.
We're
So-
mature, but
Also, if you have any questions that and we don't have time for them, feel free to add me on Discord, friend me, and then hopefully at some point in a few months I'll re-show this world when it's in a better state. Because you might have already noticed. You might have already noticed some of the issues with it. So anyway, we'll go ahead and start. So this is a recreation of Apache Point Observatory, like I said. That is the 3.5 meter telescope at the site. It's the largest one at the location, not largest in the world or anything, but it's a pretty decent sized telescope. This is in near Cloudcroft, New Mexico, is where it's located. There would be 3 other telescopes on site, which these paths would go down to where they are. I have placeholder blocks for where they're going to go, but I don't have the models for them yet. The telescope, when we get up there, that's actually made from the CAD diagram of the model. So you'll notice that it's much higher quality mesh than everything else because that's actually from the CAD, and I had to do a lot of decimation to get it loaded in here. The building I based off of this blueprint schematic, so it's as close as I was able to do in Blender to what the real building is, and I'll go through what the different rooms are. So if you want, follow me inside, and I don't know if we'll see if there's enough space.
All I can see is butts.
Astronomer lab!
To the door, let's go.
Oh, bro, then the cloud cross.
I'm just gonna have to, like, you know, be up on top.
So, this is the operations building. You know, we spend long nights here, so there's a lounge and a kitchen because we get a snack on something. And there's lots of Oreos here.
Anime dining room.
This is where all of the control rooms are, where power's done, the servers, computers, all of the stuff that actually run the site are located in here. You'll notice all around in different rooms there'll be pictures of the real location. So there's a picture of the actual lounge.
No, it's
you know,
it's very accurate.
It's a little bit
Pictures
different.
and everything.
Yeah, it's a little different in layout, but you know, try to get out. Fun fact: this thing right there was made by the MythBusters for this site. If you've ever saw the MythBusters episodes where they did the moon and they went to an observatory where they shot a laser at the moon, that was this location. So they made a retroflector, and we have it hanging in the lounge here. I do not have a model of it yet. I want to do that at some point.
Cool.
This room would be the site director's office. I claimed it for myself. Random fun fact, the site director actually knows about this recreation, and they got a good laugh at me taking over their office. You know, kitchen and so on. We're gonna start going down this way.
Feel like I'm getting the
I'll stand by the door for the room that we're gonna show next.
There's a child in the oven.
This is the control room for the Southern Digital Sky Survey. This is one of the telescopes that is not modeled. There's a picture of it though, and later I'll show where that is located. Random fun fact, you can ask me more about this later. My actual research in grad student, which actually background, I'm a grad student, so I'm in my third year of grad school, PhD track in astronomy. My actual research is involves this telescope. I use data from this telescope because it's a survey. It's basically scans the sky taking spectra. Anyway, so that's what this room is. One thing I'm going to add soon is there's lava lamps all over the place in real life. So at some point I'm going to add models to that because that'd be pretty funny.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay. I'm going to hop out and head into this room.
You're breaking my immersion, man. Jared.
Astronomy centers I've been to were.
So this is the main control room for the big boy telescope, the 3.5 meter. I tried to lay it out closely. There's a bunch of stuff back here that I don't have modeled and so on. But the basic idea is you would have two people that operate the telescope. You have the observatory engineer or observatory technician. They would sit there. They have all of the fancy computers, computer monitors that watch everything. And then the observer or the astronomer would sit over in the other corner. So the observatory engineer actually takes care of the health of the telescope, all of the motors, is it safe to operate, all of the little details. And then the observer is the one that's actually going to be taking the data. Like they're the ones that's interested in taking data. The engineer is someone who works at the site. The observers are someone who would visit. So I have been at this site. I've been trained on this location as an observer. They would never let me touch the engineering stuff. But
I could see why, because there's Counter-Strike and League of Legends installed on this one.
Oh, so this monitor, reference on this monitor. This screen is not the real screen. This is a screen from my own computer.
You're lying.
Oh, the laser pointer. Can I have the laser pointer real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Can I play Half-Life on the engineer's computer?
So, this is my computer
sense
monitor.
of the engineer's gaming,
When the
so
observer has the
he has
computer
video
control,
games.
honestly, this picture should be over there at the observer side. I just messed up. This is what we see. This is what the windows look like. It's just a bunch of Python scripting, actually. So, anyway, all that Reddit out stuff, by the way, that's all the networking information. You know, don't want anyone sneaking into the telescope computers. So I blurred that out.
Smart move. You should have replaced that with annoying dog.
You can
I'm killing alien. Yes. So this is my personal computer background, which is why you might see games and such, because this is my personal computer. When the pandemic began, no observers could come on site. The observatory engineer would work here, and we'd all remote control in. So this is from me doing a real observation via remote control. So hence it was on my computer in my pajamas with a cup of tea. Anyway, continuing on down to the end of the hallway.
Pretty cool.
This is where the conference room is.
Cosmos.
So I have the Cosmos soundtrack playing because this the idea was I'll have science videos playing on this, but while I'm still kind of editing them, I just have this as a placeholder. The real life the screen's there. This is the conference room table. If you're wondering why is it not a fancy conference table and it's just a bunch of tables put together, that's because in real life it's just a bunch of random tables put together. So mimicking real life, right? And then over here is where I deviate from the real life. In real life, this would be a bunch of cubicles with soldering stations and a bunch of electronics equipment. Instead, I turn it into a virtual stage. I didn't want to model a bunch of cubicles with stuff in it. That's why this is here.
I'll do it.
And if we wander into this back room, this is the largest deviation. Because in real life, this section right here would be the servers. The machine shop would be here. Power would be over there. Bathroom would be there. And instead, I ripped all of those out, and it's just as I like to call it, museum of inspiration. So these posters aren't really meant to describe too much about how these things work. It's meant to show the breadth of astronomy. So a lot of people you might know astronomy is looking at space. Well, what do we look at in space? Well, we care about the sun and the stars. And over here, we look at the gas between the stars. We think about how galaxies form. Dark matter, clusters, the cosmos in general, this cosmic microwave background, black holes and planets, a whole bunch of stuff. This is mostly just to show the sort of things we care about, and this is still only a slice of the sort of things that get studied at this real location. So moving on to the real fun stuff, we go through the tunnel.
I heard fun.
So,
we have to turn around.
We have a tunnel connecting the building to the dome because this is the most traveled route we might take in the night if we're changing instruments and such, and we want to see where we're going. So we have lights on, but there are other telescopes on site. So the easiest way to see and not disrupt the other telescopes is just an enclosed pathway, so we can have lights on while we wander over.
And like red
Boy, that
light,
fan is a little low.
Night vision.
Yeah. Oh,
wait a
is a person. I didn't realize.
It's a person. God damn it.
Yeah. So we are inside the lower half of the dome. In real life, this would be all storage. You can see some pictures. That, by the way, that's not a lawnmower. That is a snowplow. Even though this is in New Mexico, this observatory is at 9,200 feet altitude. And so we get lots of snow. We'll get feet of snow sometimes in the winter, and so there's a snowplow.
Feet of snow.
Is this the footing?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cloudcroft's nice.
Anyway, this you'll see here some of the work in progress part. Similar to inside, there's going to be posters here that describe stuff, but this is going to be all technical information. So all the information that would be on these posters is, if I'm doing a real in-depth tour, will be stuff I tell people. But I'm hoping to make these posters so that people can come here, and I don't have to be here to describe what things are. And they're all down here because I don't want posters cluttering the upstairs area covering the models of everything. So not all that information will be down here. So if we head upstairs, this is the intermediate level, the intermediate room. This is where we transition to all rotating. The style of dome is one where it's a building that rotates. Some domes, if you've seen other observatories, you have some domes where it's just a rooftop that moves. Here, the whole building moves. So we're static, but everything above us rotates, which also includes the stairs. You might notice the stairs looks like they're hanging from the ceiling, because they are actually hanging from the ceiling. The weight of the telescope actually rests on this bearing, and this is also where I say everything above us starts switching over to CAD modeling. So everything you've seen so far is my attempts in Blender, and I'm not very good at Blender, but trying my best to mimic. Above us, it's a little easier because I had already existing models to use. Including this, so you can actually see this is part of the CAD model too, kind of sticking down. And on these racks would be sitting computers and the stuff that actually operates the cameras and the instruments that sit above us, and so you can see some of the imaging of those sitting around. Let's go ahead and move up to the big boy.
The big one.
Oh no, I'm in the middle of a bunch of it.
Pixels.
there's a guy on your telescope. Oh yeah, everyone does that in here. One nice thing that you can do here that you can't do IRL is climb over the telescope. You know, you try and do that in real life, they're gonna kick you out.
Take advantage!
Pay for the damages. When I called this earlier, I said that this was a 3.5 meter telescope. The 3.5 meters refers to the diameter of the primary mirror, which is right there. On the mirror. We have a mounting style called Naismith ports. So this building can rotate in azimuth, rotate back and forth. The telescope can point up and down. The main instruments, though, aren't on the back of the telescope. They're actually connected to the sides. You can see one's existing right here. This is the high-resolution spectrograph. And then over there, which I'll walk over to in a moment, we can attach other instruments too. And so the nice mechanical advantage of this is the weight of the instruments is put onto the fork of the mount and not put onto the back of the telescope. So we can have really big heavy things and not screw up the balance of the telescope. And to switch between them, there's a mirror right here that can rotate. So the light path from space would be light comes from space, hits the primary, hits the secondary, and it hits the tertiary mirror, this one right here that can spin, so we can point the light into here, or we can turn around and point it over there. Nice. We come around to the back. You'll see a bunch of holes in the back of the telescope, which don't exist in the picture. Those are where counterweights exist. So we have to balance the telescope front and back, so the motors don't have to work as hard. So behind each of these is a bunch of counterweights, and there's also counterweights on the edge here. You can see these blocks, so those would exist on here. And these hoses are for airflow. Basically, there's a bunch of fans that pull air through the mirror to bring it to the same temperature as outside.
That's what I was going to ask. When you open the dome, how long does it take to get the scope to temperature?
Thanks for the seat. We usually have it open about 2 hours before sunset. So we'll open the shutters, we'll open the louves, so these things will actually close and open, so the whole dome kind of lets air go flowing through it. And then the fans and the telescope are actually constantly running, so they're always pulling air in.
What does it have if you don't do that?
So the mirror is a massive chunk of glass that has a huge amount of thermal inertia, so it takes a while for it to cool off. And so as it's cooling down, it's going to shrink a little bit. It's going to change shape. And so that's not too much of an issue. It might be one shape versus at one point, like one day versus another. We do a calibration setup. So right before we do observations, we'll calibrate everything. But you don't want the mirror changing mid-observation. And so we try and get the mirror down to temperature as quickly as possible. So that we don't have adjustments. Also, by the way, sorry for those that fell into this gap right here. I'm going to add something so that you can escape it, but the only way to escape it right now is to hit respawn. I am very sorry.
Or I can help you with a quick chair right here. Hold on, let's see. So there should be a chair if you need to escape.
I got you. How do you
My new home.
I'll get you out.
This assumes that I turn the mirror on.
Oh, there's actual.
Good point, Squid. You can live there now.
You're the scope. Are you asking if there's a VRChat mirror? If you're asking if there's a VRChat mirror, there is no VRChat port. Yeah.
You just told me everything about the mirror and how it works. I want to know how you should. Here's the mirror.
Yeah, you should make
the telescope
mirror. You cannot see yourself with the biggest mirror.
Doing that, but at some point I might get around to doing that. I still need to do modeling. So right now there's actually 4 instruments. By the way, terminology, instrument just refers to scientific instrument. We have the camera here, the optical camera, and this is an optical spectrograph sitting over here. I don't have the infrared equipment modeled yet. There's an infrared spectrograph and an infrared camera that would be sitting here. You can actually see the infrared spectrograph attached in this picture. And you can tell you can actually hot swap, so we can pull the camera off and put a different instrument on, which is very unique to this observatory. There are not many observatories that can do that. I think there's only maybe 3 in the world that can swap as fast as we can. We can switch between a camera and a spectrograph in like 10 minutes. Most observatories are built with their instrumentation bolted into the back, and changing it out is a week-long or month-long process. But our telescope was designed around the idea of hot swapping. You know, it's just pros and cons to it, so it's not a perfect system. There's just there's side effects to it.
What kind of sensor is there then?
all of our cameras are CCDs. There is a CMOS camera on this telescope because there's one thing I haven't talked about is there's two other pieces of equipment that are attached to the top. You can see them in the picture right here. You can see the box right there, and then you can see this thing sticking out the side. This thing right here is a fast imaging sensor, so that uses a CMOS detector. And in the box is a high-powered laser pulsar. So we can shoot very powerful laser pulses very quickly, and that is used to measure distance to the moon. So we'll point at the moon. You might have heard that the Apollo missions and other missions left the retroreflectors on the moon. We can point to it and then fire this laser. It'll bounce off the mirrors, and when we get the signal back, we can time it. So this is there's only 10 facilities in the world that do those sort of measurements. This is one of them. I'm working on getting that model done. I'm probably going to do something very crude for right now, but anyway, mostly I've kind of showed everything. You can wander around to look at some of the pictures, so I have a feeling I've run out of time. One little trivia piece, if you come over here, there's a picture from this spot looking into the mirror, and you see this ugly dude right there. That's actually me. So that's me standing over there, being reflected in the telescope.
Nice. Who's that ugly guy?
That's
What
me.
is the timer under the microphone?
I haven't seen in years.
You can't even tell if you're ugly or not.
So is
You're
there a
fucking
button you can
red.
push and make it high quality mirror, low quality mirror?
When do you study here?
That's the most expensive selfie.
Everything from cosmology to looking at Jupiter and everything in between. This is a general purpose observatory, so we do a lot of different research. Some telescopes are more specialized than others.
Only you.
Oh, me? So I don't actually use this telescope very often. I have used it for some research, but my main research actually uses a telescope that's not modeled, but you can see the placeholder for it. Now you can look at the terrain. This terrain data is real from the shuttle missions. The telescope I use actually sits out on the platform out there. So it would sit on that thing that's overhanging, and that's the Sloan Digital Sky Survey that sits out there.
Where's the Apollo mission?
So anyway, real quick, because I think we're basically done. That's the super fast version of tour. If you ever want to learn more about the site, you can friend me, and I can give more in-depth tours later, and hopefully I get more done. If you are a world creator or know people who know stuff about world making and have any tips for particular things that are like, oh, you could do this or do this, please let me know, because I am not a modeler or a programmer. I'm an astronomer, and I spend most of my time as a grad student, so any little pieces of advice or tips would be very much appreciated. And already a lot of the prefab stuff I found on the VRC prefabs has already helped a lot too. So any more help would be very much appreciated. So feel free to add me on Discord. Also, by the way, I run the STEM VR Discord community. If you know Torneku, he might have already shown the Museum Hub world. I'm tied with that too. So if you're interested in more science worlds related to VRChat, check out the STEM VR community, which I don't have a nice helpful sign to link it to it, but it's STEMVR.chat.
Definitely.
Or you could just ask me. You can friend me and ask me if you don't remember. Anyway, that was super fast tour. I hope I didn't spend. Yeah, you're welcome, and hopefully I didn't spend too much time. Apologies if I went a little over time.
Yeah, thank you for the tour.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to come back here and ask you about it in the future, Astro.
Yeah, and hopefully I might show it again at community events, maybe in a month or two when there's maybe more models that exist, and or in STEM VR, the STEM VR community, there might be community meetups inside just for the STEM VR community that I might do much longer tours at this site, and we'll go into more detail. Thank you all.
Yes, I am your consciousness now, Paul.
No worries.
You should probably.
That was interesting.
Hello. You know. I don't have a conscience. I don't know.
Squid, I think it's time for the second
Did I fall asleep when we were in the voice call?
Yeah, I can hear you. Basically
I think some people might. I think the people out there might just be struggling to respawn.
Ouais, j'ai rejoint. Non, j'ai relancé mon jeu parce qu'il était bugué, j'avais pas à le rejoindre.
Oh.
Guys, quiet.
Sorry.
Oh, alright. Alright, well, I just want to make sure everybody's
Actual
here.
skyskybox.
So, hi guys. Basically, my world that I will be showing is already published. It's already been up for about 2 days. And to sum it up real quick, I don't want to be too long. It's basically a world just to, it's one of those cozy worlds where you can sleep, you can play games, you can just talk with people. It started as a more sign language oriented world, but as I progressed along and as I learned more about Unity, Udon, and just world development, I kind of just shifted to more of a just general world for hanging out and stuff. And yeah, that's basically it. I'm lagging like crazy. I will put a portal. So, I'm dying. Okay. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it.
Could I ask that you switch to a medium or better avatar just for this event? That's one of our rules here.
Let me just
put portal first, then you can die.
Don't put a portal there. You're spawn.
No. I have a portal place. Don't worry.
No, you might want to go a little further forward.
Yeah. Like right here.
Everybody stay away, please.
My table. Alright.
Whoa, did you guys see that? The portal went sideways for a second.
Oh yeah, when it spawned in, it went.
They said they had a portal placer, whatever that is.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
I think it's implying something. Oh, there, it's gone. So wait, who actually got in?
Like half of the people. Like Rubik got in. It looks like
Okay.
Not
I'll request on Rubik then.
Like at the base of the portal.
Fun.
Oh yeah, well how do you explain Ribbon's injury?
Fine.
Yep, Rubik got in. Hopefully this is the right world. I was not paying attention to the name. Nope, okay, yeah, that's it.
Claustrophobia warning. Claustrophobia warning.
There's a shiny Jesus.
Oh god.
Oh yes, you're right.
Hey, Cyan, I wanted to there was maybe was talking to me and he wanted to say hi to you since he's been helping me a lot with the world, so
he said
saying hi
maybe?
to you. Yeah, maybe.
Okay, yeah, just wanted to confirm.
Yeah.
But yeah, tell him I said hi back. Because it's been a while since I've seen him in game.
Alright. Yeah, no, he's been busy, I think. Dude, he's been helping me a crazy ton with this world. Like, I published it 2 days ago, and it's been kind of blowing up, and he's been helping me so much optimizing stuff and just, getting it all out there, getting as much publicity, not publicity, but just more, like, getting it seen as much as I can, but I'd love to, if you want, to give you a tour and just show you a little stuff, like, here and there. It's been a really big learning process for me to make worlds, because I've always been really good at making stuff and developing just stuff, because I used to do pro Minecraft building like back in the day, and so when it just kind of introduced into like world making, it just kind of came naturally, and people were like, oh my god, this is kind of sick, but the Udon stuff is just like take my brain and just kill it right now. I just can't. But no, it's been something. So like you have a lot of stuff that I've been working on here. Like at first I got some help from people, like the video players, like simple stuff. You get Udon sharpen stuff, and I started making some prefabs, just trying new stuff. And what happened basically with my old world is there was an older version of this that just broke my Unity completely, and I took a break because I just gave up. And eventually, actually this world I started in the beginning of September, because that's when I was like, look, there's a new Unity version out, let's just give it another shot and let's try to improve everything about this world that I can. And, I mean, so far it's been working out. I've been basically running on no sleep for the past 2 days trying to fix as many stuff as I can, optimizing stuff. It's just been crazy, but I mean, I've been enjoying it so much. Like, it's just nice to see people just go in public instance and see people just recognize you and just give you feedback and stuff. The other day I was like looking at Twitch feeds when the day I released it, and there was a bunch of people like streaming it already. I went to their chats, talk with them, gifted some subs here and there. It's just a very nice feeling that I've been having. So I've been trying to do that.
Enjoying
The
your creation
optimization
kind of
part
stuff.
on this has been crazy. Yeah, exactly. So it's just been very nice. The optimization part was absolutely dreadful, but I still did it, and it's not even done yet. My material count is way too high. That's.
I mean, as a creator, you're never actually done with anything, so you should get used to that feeling.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Optimizing.
Yeah. But if you want to give a quick tour, that'd be nice. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. I went from I think 330 megabytes to 70, so I think I'm not too bad.
Yeah, that's a good decrease there.
I mean, okay, there's not a lot to tour, but I mean, you got the entrance. I updated it today, so I added all these update stuff. I have a little board. I'm gonna put all my updates whenever I do it. I have my menu all for my stuff, so you can just, do all your toggles and all that stuff. It was a learning process. I literally learned this whole UI menu stuff in one day, and I managed to do it. And it worked first try, and I was just like, I felt like, oh,
that's nice.
Something worked. So I was like, no. So I have, all my toggles. Never have I ever, just because I wanted to add a game, So you can press on it, it'll change stuff around. And I've been super surprised in the 1.5 2 days that this world has been published. I think it's had about almost 4,000 visits. So I've been way overwhelmed, honestly. And I'm sweating. But yeah, you have your little menu, you have your UI player, you have a mirror over there. I added keyboards and pens, down here. So if you go down here, you have your little cozy spot. You have your mirrors, and you have your pens over there, and keyboards. So I want to make it as accessible for everybody if I possibly can. Because I talk a lot of sign language because I've been learning for about a year. So my goal was also to make it as accessible for everybody as I can. I'm still working on some stuff. The sync on the pen is not good, but it's getting there.
Wait, the sync on the pen?
I
feel like that wouldn't be on you though.
Yeah, because I've been. No, but I've been trying to. No, it is on me 100%.
Oh.
I've been trying to see how to make basically my pens press compatible because they changed how pens work a little bit on the actual prefab, and I just having trouble figuring it out. I made it work for Quest, but I didn't make it sync from Quest to PC because I can't figure it out. But I did it today, so.
I'm pretty sure one of the updated QV pins do have a Quest version, but you can look into that later.
They do.
Okay.
They do. They have an ink you have to put, and you have to make the width a little bigger. But even then, it doesn't sync from PC to Quest from what I've seen. So there's something else I'm probably missing that I have to do.
That's kind of strange.
I'll figure it out. It's not a big rush, but I'll get there. So you have a little spot. Yeah. I try to make as many spots to. Because you get all these regular worlds. There's always this one spot that people like to hang out, and everybody just goes there. So my goal is just trying to make as many spots that are attractive for different people, so people are spread around and not always bunched up in a single spot. So you have your big typical mirror, you have your more closed space right here, you have a bedroom up there, and so just trying to spread because this is a very small world in terms of just physical size. So I'm just trying to make it as as accessible and just as spread out as I can. So you just have those. I found these models, there's the red sim models. They're really nice. I've been enjoying them quite a lot, playing around with them. And then you can come upstairs. I wish that I could have as big as tour as the last world, but the size differences there. So you have some little custom arcade machines. Some avatars are coming soon, but I have now started working on these. Your usual pool table, just a little area. And then around the world you have little mirrors. These little long mirrors to click on them if you want to, impromptu mirror whenever. So, and then if you come, dude, this is a little cluster. I knew this was gonna happen. And then you have your more sleep area. This is your more sleep-oriented area. So,
with the arcade machine on the bed, because you gotta play while sleeping.
And then, yeah. I mean, okay, it can be sleeping, it can be other things. So you got your bed.
No, I'm just joking about this.
And
I don't know if you see them there.
No worries. No worries. I just put some pictures and.
Oh, I don't know if you saw Panda, but Panda was an arcade machine on the bed.
machine.
Wait, what?
So Panda's AFK avatar is an arcade machine.
I did not even notice. Oh, I think they might have me like.
You probably have the show.
No, I don't. Where are they? Oh wait. Because there's so many people. Okay, yeah, I see it now. Okay, I see it now. Yeah, I didn't show it. Dude, that's awesome. You should totally just go with the other arcade machines and just add a random third one. And so yeah, you have your little stuff. I tried to make some pickups, but they broke. There's some below that are not broke, but today was a long day, and you know, you have a little office with bean bags and stuff to relax. My actual monitors.
Discord notification.
Yes, that's true. But you know, so yeah, like my goal was just to make first a sign language world, and now it's just turned into a more cozy world, and I basically sleep here all night. And yeah,
interesting.
So this is basically my world.
Yeah.
And so far, I've had a lot of positive feedback. So, thank you.
Did you model from scratch? Thank you for the tour.
No, not everything is modeled from scratch. Some yes, some no. No. A lot of them are prefabs, and there's some specific ones here and there. Like the whole base of the world is me. You know, the railings and all that stuff is me. I'd say more like the base and the how do you say? Just the big stuff. The big stuff is like made by me, and then more the details, like little objects you see here and there. And that's more prefabs, but I'm still working on making new prefabs, and I'm planning to change some prefabs for some stuff made by me in the future. I'm still very new to world making. It's only been about 10 months since I started playing VRChat, and so I'm still like, you know, learning the process. And there are some Easter eggs here and there in the world. Like there's one downstairs. If you see, there's a there's a little model of the Pokemon. I think it's Emerald. There's a Pokemon Emerald kind of model for the bedroom, and you can click on it, and you get a little music here and there, and there's a bunch of little things in here I want to add in the future as well. So I hope you enjoy. Thank you.
Nice. Yeah.
Good choice on the UI, by the way, on the pool table. Kudos.
Oh, thank you very much.
I think Moon is saying that because Moon worked on it.
I found the invisible phone.
Yeah.
The invisible phone.
People actually chose my UI, because it's too people. They always go with SNEI UI.
The pickup is broken on it. I think it's struggling with the occlusion culling, and so it just kind of randomly disappears.
Oh, yeah, if it's something that moves, you can't have it as like occlusion static.
Yeah, I forgot to kind of disable that.
And by the way, Maybe is in the chat, and back when you like were talking about it, they were joking around saying like, you know, how does it feel to be the one to say hi back instead? It's like, thanks, Maybe.
Oh. Well, yeah, he mentioned that he knew you, and he was like, oh, you should talk to... Oh, there's a bit of lag. Oh, people are joining, so there's like... yeah, I mean, he talked to me about you, and he said I should probably go talk to you and stuff like that, so I was like, oh, let's go. And everybody's here has been so nice to me so far, so it's been really good.
Yeah, well, thanks for talking and, you know, having a tour for this.
Oh, well, I mean, there's not much to tour, but, I mean, I do what I can.
I mean, we still get to see all these little pieces.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean,
did they crash or just... No, there we go. Lag.
It's my first... lag again. Every time people join, I'm lagging like really hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good. Every time somebody joins now, I'm kind of lagging really hard. But no, I forgot what I was gonna say. I forgot what I was gonna say. Well, whatever. But yeah, no, it's been very, very new experience, and it's my first community event, so I've joined. So it's been really nice to talk to people and just like see everybody's perspective. And so far, everybody that I've seen here and I've talked have been super nice. And I mean, obviously I'm enjoying it.
Yeah,
it's time
good to have you here.
How hard it'll be to place a portal in here.
Oh yeah, as we have to respawn over there and view all the avatars.
Did you just bow?
You didn't have to.
It's a pleasure to meet.
Okay, funny thing, I learned that from Witcher.
Sorry?
I've got some over there as well, but
Not for
I
sale.
don't even know what the name. What's the name for that gesture? In German, we'd call that a Knicks.
I mean, not really, because
Ja, sag ich auch. We're going to Ribbons World, right?
Yes. Oh.
Ribbon, be quiet. The next person's gonna talk.
Okay. Yeah, Ribbon.
Hey,
Ribbon, could you come downstairs?
No, I want to be up here. I'm gonna show off my homeworld.
Oh, okay.
What the hell?
I want to take a picture.
No, it's your wine.
Okay. Wait, did Ribbon die? Or did Ribbon just... Oh, Ribbon moved. I thought...
Oh, I made a mistake.
That
That's
thing's
like
gonna
a
die.
fuck it. Whatever, I
Well-
don't care.
Yeah, no, it died anyways. It died anyways.
What was the issue?
There was a
so it disappeared.
Hey, Cyan?
Yeah?
I had a thought. With all this whole portal closing if people are too close to a thing, you guys should probably put like a stay behind this line thing on your avatar's thing.
So like that's been an idea for like my avatar for a while. I just never actually added it. Yeah, it's one of the things that I'll eventually have.
Or maybe
Yeah.
like a circle around the portal. Like you put a circle and you try to put the
Or
button
maybe
in
like
the
a stay
middle.
within the circle if the line thing is not working.
So I think my original idea was kind of like have something that's be like, you know, a generalized thing that I can say is like, here's a circle for like stay out of this area, or like looking or point to like this person being like, you know, this person is talking. Oh.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Mm-hmm. I just have to actually build it. Oh.
Sorry, I didn't see you.
They found a portal spot. It wasn't exactly that hard, because everybody was downstairs. I forgot that I was.
Of course, yes. Ribbon, tell us about the changes and updates you've done.
Yeah, you're showing off.
Don't worry, showing me is not gonna do anything.
I don't have like.
You do remember what you've done, right?
No. Like, I stopped working on this in like January or February because I burned myself out, and then I didn't look at it up until just a few weeks ago. Because I tried to sleep in VRC, and this was the world that I picked, and that didn't go so well. And then I thought, hey, this world looks pretty good, I should touch it up. And so I touched it up, and it looked even better. And I'm less burned out and more happy about it. So that's cool.
I like how leaves actually move.
Say again?
If you walk through them.
Where did you find the plants?
It's just, you know, it's hard enough.
Oh, I made everything. Everything here I made.
Then hard to justify being here hanging on to
I don't have the mental fortitude to model plants.
I don't know why, but when I look in that particular direction, I'm immediately reminded of Alan Wake.
Yeah, the beginning part of
Okay.
the game with the very
Chief,
lush
we've
forest.
been here before, right? I have major deja vu.
Yes.
Yes.
Ribbon made
This
this.
off like maybe twice. Like 6, 7, 9 months ago.
Okay.
A long time ago.
I mean,
This now update with better stuff. Look, everything pretty.
I'm feeling calm.
Yeah.
Probably good that this one was last because I'm not quite sure how easy it is to put a portal down in here.
No, we could do it. We've done it before.
Yeah, you can do it. You could get everybody to move to the back and then put a portal in the
I
front.
think there's one particular avatar that I just can't look at because, like, there's a very specific direction. Whenever I turn, I lose frames, and
Oh, it's just have it
Oh.
so like.
So for me.
All these people, good. Good. Whoever is over there, I cannot handle. Good. Good.
Yeah, unless I hide shaders, then I'll hiding shaders maybe.
I guess I don't have that person this time, but like.
I've had this like.
It could be them.
Yeah.
Hello. This is wonderful.
Beats in your hair.
Yeah, somebody in this direction.
Oh, look at these shoes. Oh my god, these shoes. How are you going? Chip, can you imagine somebody putting their hand through there and then you start walking? You just start flying all over the place while you're doing that. You can get off my foot now.
Just fascinated by watching the plants actually move. Because so few VRChat worlds actually do stuff like this. But, you know, Ribbon built it themselves.
Moisturize you.
That was not something I expected to.
Switch yourself in.
So, like Gigabyte has a brand new
Over there, there's like two lights,
If you want to land that's literally a lush kind of forestscape, then you have,
Maybe if you want to be seen, go over
you have
there.
like distant cabins and whatnot. Is there a way to get as much into view without like murdering the environment and still retaining its worth?
Customize every part of
Whoa. Hold on, I'm reloading myself. Apparently.
you can customize things.
I mean, obviously, customization is always like a case-by-case sort of thing. Whoever it is, it's a trusted user. It is a trusted user that's doing it to me because I just turned it back on.
That thins it down. Really.
My safety
Fina, should I upload? Should I upload our world to go and test it?
Yeah.
Except they don't have plans for it, so they need to remake everything.
Oh, that's probably why.
I ate someone over there.
There's only this much left. I got everything else.
I think it's Quinster. Quinster is the one that's very poor.
Question is, am I very poor? I thought I was just poor.
They're in a fallback. So, you should be at the meetup. You're asked to be medium or better if you can. That thing is, I just use.
That's like excellent. Like
I'm gonna just try adding non-friends back one at a time. See if I can figure it out.
This one is very poor. So I can do this.
Oh sweet Jesus! Why would you do it? Why would you do that?
So this. Oh, very poor.
Rubik, is that you?
Animators by default stop rendering because of time when they are outside of your viewpoint.
Is that you?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Exactly.
Like a display?
Wait, you're so chubby face. You back.
Oh yeah, because I only said the animator that I actually want to
Teabag in the body. That's pretty sus. That is pretty sus.
Did not even.
Fax machine. Can you find the other two?
Okay, I found one over here. I found one over there. Where's the third?
It's in your friends menu.
Wow.
It's been with you all along. Hi, people. Ah, pushing my buttons. Classic. Guess I'll pull out the good old, DB. There you go.
Can you send this to my manager?
Crap, that's you have a heart now.
Okay, did you ask me to send it to your mom?
That's so cool.
Manager.
Oh, manager. Okay, sorry. Let me. Where was it? Let me say mom. See, people keep phoning their mom, but manager is new, so good job with that one. Nice. What else you got? I'm ready. Here we go.
Can we recreate the scene from what's that movie where they beat the shit out of the printer in slow motion?
I made that one.
Yeah, can we not recreate that, please? That would be nice. Thank you.
Funny. The facts would be funny.
Yeah, I would die laughing.
That was his uncle.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah, we had a shorter meetup this week compared to last week's 12 worlds.
Oh yeah, that's good. It's hard to predict, right?
Yes.
Otherwise we could have kept some worlds for this week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can get it. You could probably get to an X.
I put up a mine.
It's a shame this world is so small, so I can't poach anyone for another world test.
A mine.
Just do it. What do you mean?
I just don't want to be that guy that's always like, hey, let's test my world, and everyone's like, okay, yay.
I mean, we had a world development like meetup here, so isn't it kind of expected?
Just go out there and scream that you want people to test stuff.
I guess I should. I'll just wait. If everyone's still conversing, I'll wait a moment. Because the people who really want to leave, they'll get out in 60 seconds. Then I'll get the really dedicated testers, the good QA people. It's all part of my master plan to take over VRChat. Don't tell Rubik though, okay?
Okay, won't tell Rubik.
What world do you have? What kind of world?
The mirror's on for me, right?
Super VR Ball, like an update coming out. Oh, it's just a 2-week jam. Sure, we can add 18 more levels. We already have 18. What could go wrong?
2 weeks? What?
Well, did you know that every melon was its own draw call?
Oh no.
Because of terrible, not better. So, Unity dynamic batching, it has below 300 vertices, doesn't work, it's a bug. Unity unlit doesn't have the checkbox for instanced, that doesn't work. VRChat Toon Shader has a checkbox for instanced, doesn't work, 3 bugs. I had to ask Liuma to fix Unity's built-in shader because it was missing a line to show the checkbox for instancing.
I think I remember reading that in Shader Channel.
It's nonsense!
Mm-hmm.
See, that's the dedicated users I want. Hey, thanks for coming to my stand-up. I'll see you next week. Tip jars that way. Thank you.
I'm actually
Understandable.
I like shaders. They make stuff.
Exactly.
Shaded.
I got a friend request by Mabby, but I don't see that person.
Oh, maybe? Is it MAE?
MAE, yeah.
Okay, yeah, maybe it's been like somebody from like the meetup in a while. Like they're actually on my chat right now. They've made some other worlds and we're helping the person in the last world.
Did they friend me because I'm on your chat, on your stream? Is that why?
Do I need to ask you that maybe?
I will reluctantly accept the friend request. But put you in the special friends folder.
The special friends.
The one I clear out unless I
If only the friend request list actually updates fast.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, what was that?
That's just the thing. You might know later.
Stream sniping.
Oh yeah, that's what's going on. Son, I'll see you around.
Alright, see you, Fax.
They're kind of the same thing, but just different people.
Okay, so I'm just trying to figure out, because I thought I joined the shelter Discord and it's just like loner. So, I don't know.
It's just that they cycle between modes.
Okay. Everything is labeled loner except for one thing that says shelter.
The thing is, like, there's one particular user somewhere that if I looked in their general direction,
Hey, Squid.
it would go down to like 0
Can you turn
frames,
off the
and so
see ya
I've been
next
trying to
week?
figure out who it is so that I can just hide their avatar forever. Somebody
Thank
was
you.
like, grab past the
I love you too, Squid.
no, because the thing is, like, they're hitting my performance settings, and there's a lot of people that have their avatar shown anyway. So, like,
I don't see myself in the mirror.
Play Little Mac.
shaders? Sorry.
Hi, Cyan.
Hi, champ. Bye, champ.
Definitely somebody who's a trusted user with a shade
I'm still here. Wow.
You kept moving around. I thought. Do you have Squid hidden? How many people are looking at my chat? I see you there, Sentinel.
Usually avatar detects checking on distances. Because it's kind of like a fingerprinting technique for avatars. Wait,
Oh, hello, Slade. Desktop Slade.
In order until just slow
you can make tolerances, right?
The possibility to be the worst. Like, can I just show you an avatar that's like the most optimized, but like...
Okay, this is pretty much the end of the community meetup. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and end it here, and see you again next week. Bye.